ever get that feeling like,
Like, wait.
like there's got to be more to this whole
Yeah.
life thing,
Yeah.
than we see.
Right.
You hear all these stories about
Oh, yeah.
near-death experiences, people talking about the afterlife. It makes you wonder, right?
Totally.
So that's kind of what we're going to dive into today.
Right.
We're looking at the work of Dr. Roger Wolger.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's a psychotherapist who's spent his career like
Oh, whoa.
exploring these mysteries.
Okay.
And we're going to focus on excerpts from his book Beyond Death, Transition, and the Afterlife.
Okay.
The title's pretty
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
straightforward. Yeah, that's where we're going.
So what's his take? What's his...
Well, he's got this really fascinating approach where he doesn't just like accept the typical scientific explanations.
Right.
Especially when it comes to near-death experiences.
Okay.
And there's this one case he describes that just always gets me thinking.
I'm ready.
It's this woman undergoing surgery.
Okay.
And while she was clinically dead,
Uh-oh.
she accurately described a surgical instrument.
Oh, wow.
That was completely out of her line of sight.
No way.
Yeah, so it kind of throws a wrench in the whole it's just brain activity explanation.
Yeah, it throws the whole thing out the window, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It makes you think, like what?
It does. It makes you wonder what else is
going on.
What else is happening there?
Yeah, and Dr. Wolger, he argues that experiences like this, along with like shamanic journeys and stuff, it points towards something much bigger. The possibility of like interacting with other realms or states of being.
It's like it's not just a scientific anomaly.
Yeah.
It's a whole other way of looking at reality.
Yeah, so we're not just talking about near-death experiences anymore.
Right. We've gone beyond that.
We're talking about
alternate realities, spiritual dimensions, that kind of stuff.
Totally. Yeah, it's like you know how Henry Corbin talks about the mundus imaginalis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a world of forms and images, not physical in the way that we understand it, but real in a spiritual sense.
Wow.
And imagine like if what we dismiss as just hallucinations, what if those are glimpses into that realm?
That's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's making me think about like those really vivid dreams we have.
Oh, totally.
And what those could actually be.
Yeah, what if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dr. Wolger also talks about something called the intermediary realm.
The intermediary realm.
What is that exactly?
He describes it as like a bridge.
Okay.
Like a dimension that exists between the physical world and the purely spiritual world.
So not quite.
So yeah, it's not quite here, not quite in the afterlife.
Okay.
It's this in-between place.
Well,
interesting.
It is.
And this isn't just like some random idea he came up with. Right?
No, not at all. It's actually incredible how this concept shows up across different cultures and the spiritual journeys.
Right, yeah.
You see it in the Tibetan Bardo realm, the spirit world of spiritualism.
Ah.
The Celtic Middle Kingdom, the Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime.
That's wild.
It's like humans have always sensed this space between worlds.
So we've got all these different cultures spanning centuries, all kind of hinting at this intermediary realm.
Yeah.
And what's even more interesting is they describe it as like a place teeming with life.
Oh, yeah. It's not just an
empty waiting room.
It's not an empty waiting room. No, it's full of diverse inhabitants. It's like a hidden, vibrant world.
So if this...
And think about it.
Yeah.
If this realm exists, it could totally reshape how we understand what happens after we die.
It really could. So I'm starting to see why Dr. Wolger's work is so fascinating.
It is.
It's not just about what happens after death.
Yeah.
But it's about the journey.
Right, like the transition.
Yeah, the transition between realms.
Yeah.
He even uses regression therapy to help patients explore these spaces.
Yeah, and he talks about this one patient who relived her near-death experience through regression therapy.
Wow.
And what struck her most was that her consciousness continued, even when her body was clinically dead. That was like the big...
Must have been life-altering.
It was.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if our sense of self, our awareness, is really separate from our physical bodies.
Right. It really challenges that assumption.
And Sogyal Rinpoche, that Tibetan Buddhist teacher.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he said, birth and death are all in the mind and nowhere else.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a powerful his statement.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this theme here.
Okay.
It's like challenging assumptions,
Yeah.
questioning what we think we know about life and death.
Right.
Dr. Woolger even uses shamanic traditions.
He does, yeah.
To help navigate these inner worlds.
Right.
He sees the wisdom in like shamanic cosmologies.
Yeah.
And uses them as maps to guide his clients through regression experiences.
Cool.
It's like reliving past life deaths.
Wow.
Encountering different spiritual realms.
That's wild.
Accessing information that's normally hidden from our conscious minds.
It's a way to get to those deeper levels.
Yeah. So we're not just talking about therapy here. We're talking about
spiritual exploration.
Yeah, spiritual exploration.
A whole new level.
A whole nother level.
And think of the shaman like a guide in these inner worlds.
Yeah, like a spiritual explorer.
Yeah.
Able to
traverse these realms and assist others who might be lost.
That's fascinating. It's a blend of psychology and spirituality. It's not just understanding the mind.
Right.
It's about
navigating the soul's journey.
Navigating the soul's journey.
That's exactly it.
And this brings us to one of the more complex frameworks that Dr. Woolger uses.
Okay.
This Mahayana Buddhist concept of 3 realms of being.
Oh, okay.
Dharmakaya,
okay.
Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya.
Those are some mouthful words.
I know, not the easiest terms to throw around at a dinner party.
No, they're not.
But we'll break them down.
Yeah.
But essentially, Dr. Woolger uses these realms to help explain what he's observed in past life regressions.
Okay.
It's like having a map of the afterlife.
Ooh, that's him.
Yeah. A way to understand the different experiences souls might have.
Yeah.
After they leave their physical bodies.
Okay, so what are these realms?
Okay, well, imagine the Dharmakaya as the like the ultimate destination realm of pure light and consciousness.
Okay.
It's where we encounter like those beings of light.
Okay.
Those guides, wise entities that people often report in near-death experiences or past life regressions.
Right.
Think of it as pure blissful union with the divine.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
So where do those earthbound spirits?
Oh, yeah, the ones that are
kind of stuck?
Yeah, stuck.
Where do they fit in?
Yeah.
They tend to reside in the Nirmanakaya.
Okay.
That realm closest to our physical world.
Okay.
Picture those who are caught.
Yeah.
Maybe because of like a traumatic death or unfinished business lingering near the earth plane.
Okay.
It's not about punishment.
Okay.
It's more like
they're being held back.
Yeah, held back
by their own
attachment.
Attachments, yeah.
So what about that middle realm?
Yeah, the Sambhogakaya.
Yeah.
Is that where the hells people talk about?
Yeah.
Come in.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
The Sambhogakaya is where things get a bit more nuanced.
Okay.
And remember what Sogyal Rinpoche said.
Yeah.
Birth and death are all in the mind.
Yeah.
Woolger found, along with many other spiritual explorers, that the mental and emotional state we die in greatly influences our experience in the afterlife.
So if someone dies consumed by anger, fear, guilt, they might carry those emotions into the Sambhogakaya.
Right, and experience a kind of self-created hell.
It's not about external punishment.
No, it's about...
It's
a reflection of their inner state.
It's
like a cosmic therapy session.
Yeah, almost like a cosmic therapy session.
Where souls are confronting and healing their inner turmoil.
So what about the Dharmakaya?
Oh, yeah, the Dharmakaya. Realm of pure light and bliss.
Yeah.
Is that accessible to everyone?
Yeah.
Or only those who've,
reached a certain
level? It's often seen as the ultimate destination.
Okay.
Like a culmination of spiritual evolution.
Okay.
But it's not entirely out of reach.
Okay.
For those who haven't quite made it there yet.
Okay.
Remember those beings of light we were talking about?
Yeah.
They can appear in other realms.
Oh, okay.
Offering guidance and support.
So like a beacon of hope.
A beacon of hope, a guiding light.
Yeah.
Drawing us toward that state of unity and bliss.
This whole exploration of these 3 realms is really shifting my perspective.
It is.
It's not just about death being the end.
Right.
It's about the continuation of our...
The continuation. Journey, the evolution of our...
Of our consciousness.
Consciousness.
Yeah.
Beyond the physical...
Look at all the physical limitations.
Yeah.
It's what's so fascinating about these concepts, you know? Yeah. They challenge us to expand our understanding of what's possible. Yeah. To see death not as an endpoint, but as a transition. Yeah, as a whole new level. Yeah, to a whole new level of existence. Right. But it also brings up the question of how this understanding impacts the way we live our lives right now. That's the big question, isn't it? Yeah. Like, what does this all mean for how we live our lives in the here and now? And that's exactly what we'll explore next time. What we're going to dive into next time. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're back, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around this idea of 3 realms of being. Yeah. There's a lot there. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. But I think it helps to connect it back to what we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Especially the idea of souls getting stuck after death. Right. That's a key point. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It comes up in so many spiritual traditions. Right. And Woolger, with his experience in past life regression, he saw it firsthand, you know? Yeah. He found that souls often linger in that nirmanakaya, that earthbound realm. Yeah. Simply because they're not ready to move on. So it's less about like some external force holding them back. Right. And more about their internal state. Their own internal state. Exactly. Imagine like a warrior who dies suddenly in battle. Okay. You know, his consciousness might be so focused on the fight. Okay. His comrades, the unfinished business. Right. That he doesn't fully grasp that he's died. Wow. So he lingers near the earth plane. Okay. Drawn by those strong attachments. So it's like a state of... Yeah, almost like a... shock, disorientation. A shock, a disorientation. Yeah. Yeah, these souls are often in a kind of post-traumatic limbo. All right. They need help to recognize their new reality. Yeah. And to release those earthly ties. And that's where the shaman... Right, exactly. Exactly. The shaman... acting as a spiritual guide. The shaman's role is to guide those lost souls towards the light. Okay. To help them understand. Yeah. They're no longer bound by that physical form. Okay. Like being a spiritual first responder, you know? I like that. Helping souls navigate that crucial period after death. It's a fascinating concept. It is. This idea of guiding souls, souls in the afterlife. Yeah. But it's not just... It's not limited to the nirmanakaya. Yeah, it's not just limited to the nirmanakaya. Right. Woolger also talks about souls getting stuck in the Sambhogakaya. And in that middle realm. That middle realm. Of heavens and hells. Of heavens and hells. And when we talk about hells here, we're not talking about fire and brimstone or eternal damnation. Right. Remember what Sogyal Rinpoche said. Yeah. Birth and death are all in the mind. Yeah. Woolger found, along with many other spiritual explorers, that the mental and emotional state we die in greatly influences our experience in the afterlife. So if someone dies consumed by like anger, fear, guilt. Yeah, they might carry those emotions into the Sambhogakaya. Okay. And experience a kind of self-created hell. Okay, so it's not about... It's not about external punishment. Yeah. It's a reflection of their... Inner state? Inner state, exactly. So it sounds almost like a cosmic therapy session. A cosmic therapy session. Helping souls confront and heal their inner turmoil. It really underscores the importance of addressing our unresolved... Addressing those unresolved issues in this life. Yeah. Those things don't magically disappear after death. You know, it can have a profound impact on our experience. That's a powerful reminder to do some inner work. Inner work, exactly. Now, while we still have the chance. While you still have the chance. But what about the Dharmakaya? Yeah, that realm of pure light and bliss. Light and bliss. Yeah, is that accessible to everyone? Yeah. Or only those who have reached a certain level of... Yeah, it's spiritual development. Of spiritual development, right? It's often seen as the ultimate destination. Okay. A culmination of spiritual evolution. Okay. But it's not entirely out of reach. Okay. For those who haven't quite made it there yet. Okay. Remember those beings of light we were talking about? Yeah. They can appear in other realms. Okay. Offering guidance and support. So it's like there's always... Yeah, like a beacon of hope. A beacon of hope. A guiding light, you know? Yeah. Drawing us towards that ultimate state of unity and bliss. This whole exploration of the 3 realms is really... It's really like shifting my perspective. Shifting your perspective. Yeah, it's not just about death being the end.
Right. It's about the continuation.
It's about the continuation of
our journey, the evolution of our consciousness.
Yeah, the evolution of our consciousness.
Even beyond the limitations of this physical life.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is.
But it also brings up this question of how this understanding impacts the way we live.
It's a question that naturally arises.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is.
Like, what does this all mean for how we live our lives in the here and now?
In the here and now.
And that's exactly what we'll explore in the final part.
In the final part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
Wow, we've been on quite a journey.
We had.
Exploring these different realms and what happens after death.
It's been a lot.
I don't know about you, but it's really shifted my perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely thought-provoking stuff.
Yeah, we've covered
a lot.
Like the intermediary realm, these 3 Buddhist realms, even the role of the shaman as this spiritual guide in the afterlife.
Like a spiritual first responder.
Sure.
Yeah. And it all just paints a very different picture than what many of us grew up believing.
Totally. And it makes you wonder, like, if all of this is true, if our consciousness continues on in some form, how does that change?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah, it's a big
How does that change how we live our lives now?
It feels like a big question to just...
Right. It's not an easy answer.
Yeah.
But I think just pondering the possibility can really shift our priorities, you know?
Give me an example. Like, how would this knowledge actually change things?
Well, remember those souls we talked about who linger in the Nirmanakaya?
Yeah.
That earthbound realm, because of unresolved issues.
Right.
It really highlights the importance of, you know, addressing our own unfinished business, seeking healing.
So it's not just about preparing for what comes after. Oh. It's about, like...
It's about living
more fully now.
More fully now, yeah. If we entertain the idea that our consciousness persists, that everything we do takes on new meaning, right? Every action, every thought, every interaction contributes to the tapestry of our experience, both in this life and potentially beyond.
And what about those self-created hells and the...
Right, and the Sambhogakaya we talked about,
If our state of mind at death influences...
It influences our afterlife experience.
Yeah.
It suggests that cultivating positive qualities like love, forgiveness, compassion... It isn't just about being a good person now.
Yeah.
It could have a ripple effect that extends far beyond our physical
lifespan. Yeah.
So paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, actions.
It all becomes even more important. Yeah. That we have more responsibility.
More responsibility, but also
more agency.
More agency. Yeah, it's empowering, isn't it?
It is.
We're not just passive players in some predetermined cosmic drama.
Yeah. We have the ability to shape.
Who can shape our experience, both here and in whatever comes next.
Wow. This has been full of...
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, mind-blowing concepts.
Yeah.
But it's also been incredibly grounding.
Grounding, yeah.
Reminded me of the importance of living intentionally, nurturing my relationships, making choices that align with my values.
That's what I find so valuable about these explorations, you know?
Yeah.
They push us beyond our comfort zones, challenge our assumptions, and ultimately it leads us back to ourselves.
Yeah.
To what truly
matters. It's like Dr. Woolger has given us this new lens to view.
A new lens, a new perspective.
Yeah. Not just death, but
life itself.
Life itself.
Exactly.
It's
not about dictating beliefs.
Yeah.
You know, or providing definitive answers.
That's about sparking.
It's about sparking curiosity.
Yeah.
Inviting you to explore these ideas for yourself.
Yeah.
And see where they lead you.
Well said.
Thanks for going on this journey with us.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll all be those technicians of the sacred.
Maybe so.
Navigating the realms beyond the body.
Until then.
Yeah.
Let's keep exploring these mysteries.
With open minds and
a
healthy dose of wonder.
Healthy dose of wonder.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the realms beyond the body.
Yeah. Until next time, keep questioning.
Until next time.
Keep seeking.
And
keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
The vast landscape of human experience.